2, 1. What's going on, cronies? Cat Burglar back with you. Week 2 upcoming for the NFL preseason of BS Bettors. I'm going to go into the recap of week 1. I just want to welcome back the Hitman. He's with us this week, so round of applause to have the Hitman back. All right, guys, the recap was this. We were 3-5. Our win rate was 37.5%. Our lose rate was 62.5 for $100 bettors. You guys were down $272.12. So obviously not a very good week 1, but it is preseason. Take all these picks, and if you are playing them, play them lightly. That's what I'll say. So
Who had the best week?
I was 1-1.
Okay.
I was 0-2.
Yep. And cash money, let me see here. You were 2-2.
Yeah.
Minus 58.33. I was 1-1, minus 13.79. The juice got us. And obviously we didn't win either. So anyways, on to week 2. Sal, the prognosticator, hit me with your picks.
All right, cronies. So it's preseason. I would not bet $100 on these picks at all. So I'm going to start off with Friday night, though. I've got Tennessee at Atlanta. I'm taking the under 30.5. These teams are both fucking terrible. They combined to score 17 points last week. So I'm taking the under 30.5 in that game Friday night. And also Saturday noon, we had the Colts money line against the Packers. I don't know if the Packers are playing their starters, but Jordan Love's not going to play. He's out with a thumb injury. So taking the Colts on the money line. Those are my 2 picks. Bet lightly.
Cash money, what do you got?
I got 3 picks this week. Looking to bounce back after last week. I bet the Packers last week, and I'm going to continue that train. I'm going to go Packers +6 versus the Colts. And my reasoning behind that is the Packers played terrible last week. They looked unprepared. They looked weak at every aspect of the game of football. So I think this week is going to be less about who's playing and more about the culture. They're going to be ready to go this game. This is more of like you're starting to get into the season. What's our motto going to be? What are the challenges that we're looking to defeat during the season? We're going to see more of that this week. So I'm going with the Packers +6. And then I'm going Detroit +4.5 versus the Dolphins. I also went with the Lions last week, and they played all right. Their coach is just such a strong-headed guy, and he's going to get his team ready to play again. And I'm going Chicago money line versus the Bills. No reasoning behind that one. Shooting in the dark.
Nice,
But
nice.
that's it.
Hitman, hit us with your picks.
What up, cronies? Like the other guy said, buy your sweetheart something, buy some crypto. Don't bet the season. But if you're degenerate like a few buddies of mine and you got to bet on something, then here's my picks. I like the Raiders -5.5 at home versus the 49ers. 49ers, not that starters are going to play that much anyway in these games, but everyone seems like they're a little banged up. So give me the Raiders -5.5 at home versus the 49ers. I also like the Colts -6 at home versus the Packers. Packers they're beat up right now. I mean, I know their starters wouldn't be playing that much anyway, but they don't have a lot of starters that can play right now to begin with on offense. Love obviously isn't going to play. Reed's out. Dobbs went out in practice today, so I don't think he'll be on the field at all. Packers looked like junk last week, and I don't know. I just don't see him improving. I hope you're right, Cash Money. I hope they do win, but I'm taking the Colts -6. Those are my picks. Good luck, cronies.
Thank you, Hitman. Nice to have you back.
Good to be back.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, my picks are I like the Patriots. They played really well last week. Obviously, they got a new coach. I just think them stacking wins, even if it is just preseason, I think it's going to be important for them heading into the regular season. They've made a lot of improvements, adding free agents, and they're playing Minnesota. I watched Minnesota. Minnesota looked pretty good last week, but they got a couple turnovers in that Bears game that led to some easy points. I just think New England is I just think they got more to prove in the preseason than Minnesota does. My other pick is the New York Giants against the New York Jets. This game opened at Jets -1.5 and now is shifted to New York -3. I just think it's kind of like in preseason, a team looks really good. It's kind of like betting against them. So I don't have a lot of like backing behind this, but it's more of like a system. And I like the Giants -3. Those are my two picks for the preseason. And then just to kind of recap, like Sal's picks or whatever, Tennessee under 38. That game looks like it opened at 35.5. Now it's 38. Sal's going under 38.5. I see that at 38. So I'm going to give Sal that at 38. And then Colts money line. It looks like that opened up at 4.5 and now 6. So he's betting money line. I like that pick too. Cash money, Packers +6, just win that. Detroit +4.5. Miami was favored by 1.5 opening. Now that's 4.5. So that's what I'm seeing. Chicago money line here. Looks like that opened up at Chicago -1.5. Now it's Buffalo -1. So that's kind of flipped there. And then I had the Pats. I think that's pretty much it. Look, Minnesota opened up at 1.5. Now New England's favored by 2.5. And I kind of explained about the Giants. And then Raiders. What do we got here for Raiders? Raiders opened up at 3.5. Now it's somewhere between -5.5 and -4 across the board. So looks like it's heading in the Raiders' direction there. And then obviously Hitman's got the Colts as well. And I already went into that. So guys, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 picks. I expect a very good week. And hopefully we can put some cash in the cronies' pockets and they'll be clamoring for more for week 3 of the NFL preseason.
Yeah, clamoring.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Just begging.
We gotta get on fire heading into the regular season. So these guys basically can't wait for our picks. One other note, guys, college football is coming up here in a couple weeks, week 0. So we'll have picks for that. There's like 5 or 6 games. But that's all I got, guys. We'll be back next Tuesday for week 3 of the preseason. That's a wrap.
I want to ask all the cronies not to judge me on my wins, but judge me on my losses because I'm going to have so few of those this year and make everyone so much money. And yeah, write your love letters to Bert. He likes them.
Time to fade cash money.
Yeah, we did end this on a good note, and then it got ruined. All right, cronies, we'll be back next week with a few more picks for you guys. Good luck to you.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.